Hi, I'm going to show you today how to use the Luma AI from Dream Machine. So lumalabs.ai/Dream Machine is where you want to head. Here they have a pretty simple first site where you can check out some of the information, but most primarily we want to click on the Try Now button in the top right or scroll down and click Try Now. When you click Try Now, it's gonna ask you to sign in with your Google account. So here they have some new tools talking about camera motion, but let's just try to create something. So the prompts that you should type in should be pretty descriptive, as descriptive as you can be. Because if you're just gonna type in one word, for example, mountain, it usually gives you weird or I don't know, very varied and not specific results that you usually won't be pretty happy with. Sometimes it does good things with simple prompts because some of the things are pretty limited. But usually you do want to give it a bunch of information. So right now, when you type in a prompt, it is in queue. So you can keep typing out whatever you want while your first prompt is in queue, because it needs some time to obviously render the image. Now, apart from prompting, well, this prompts, you can choose an image to base the prompt on. So we can choose this image of a man reading a book. And we can choose this image of a man going to the train. So 2 frames. It's starting frame and then end frame, I guess. This with the images, you kind of have to experiment with that. Sometimes it gives me good results for just one image. Sometimes it gives me good results for the other image. This other image is being blacked out, so I'm just going to delete it real quick and we'll see what it does with this. So let's say a man calmly reading a book, flipping pages, thinking about the text. Realistic, HD. Let's do like portrait. So I kind of gave it a prompt that is similar to the actual image. I'm gonna try that out. And in the meantime, our mountain prompt got done. So this is the video that the AI created. See, like when you don't give it specific instructions, it just creates some weird stuff. So this is basically just an image of a mountain in the background. And the perspective is wrong. The blending of the frame to the background is off. This random man appeared with a big red backpack. It's kind of like on a lake. It's just doing a lot of generic stuff. Now this next one might be a bit better because I kind of gave it HD and portrait photography, and I didn't type in realistic, but that's my typo on my end. So if you just give it something that describes the actual image that you gave it, but just give it some direction for the video, it's gonna do a lot better. So let's try something like a frog skipping across water, cartoony style, quick, let's do high FPS so that the movement is crisp, and let's do frog skipping across water, cartoony style, high FPS, following the frog with the camera. locked with the camera. Why did it give me? Oh, when you type in camera, now this is the new feature that we saw. We can do move left, orbit. They have camera options now, so just follow. I'll just type in follow for now. We'll see what that does. Our photo of the man flipping pages and thinking is done. As you can see, when we give it direction that is actually coherent with the photo that we gave it, it gives us much better results. So as you can see, this right here, there's not a lot of artifacting. We have some weird things going on with his clothes, but the video itself is not that bad. Much better than just typing in mountain. I just want to wait for the frog, just so you can see what type of style, cartoony style gives you. And then I will leave you to try and make something of your own. You have the tools here. It's pretty easy to use. The new camera motion is here. They just updated that. So you can type in different camera moves that you want to see on your videos or animated images. This is kind of like between a video and an animated image. So we're just gonna give it a few seconds here, and we'll see what we get. I highly recommend trying to upload a photo already, like in the start, but I do understand that if you do not have a photo ready, that you can't do that. But what a common practice is while using AI, generation failed, please try again. I'm gonna try this again. Maybe this direction was not good enough. High FPS. Let's do like hand drawn instead of high FPS, and I described the camera following the frog motion a bit better. So we'll try this as well. Again, I'm just gonna show you when you have an option here. I would just type in random stuff. You have an option to click on loop, so that will make your video loop as well, which is pretty popular for social media. But as I was saying, a common workflow with AI is using something like Midjourney or like Comfy UI or whatever, just to create a still image, and then you use that still image with in conjunction with something like this, which is a video model, to give you the best results. Because when you have a video model, it's not the best at generating images by themselves. It will work much better if you just give it something to work with. It's kind of like a designer and a motion designer. A designer is going to be much better at designing the actual final image, but if you give that final image to a motion designer, you're going to get amazing results, depending on how good the motion designer is, of course. Instead, if you gave like a motion designer a task to design and to motion design, it's going to be a bunch of work, and they are not specialized in that. Not saying the product is not going to be good. Like you see, the mountains are still pretty photorealistic, but just the motion is not correct fully. All right. This looks like it's done. Here we have our cartoony hand-drawn animation. As you can see, a lot of artifacts. The frog is not skipping. The water interaction with the plants is very hard, and it just doesn't work fully if you don't give it a photo, like I said. But this is still usable. If you wanted to do something like this, but maybe give it just a light pan without something as complex as a frog skipping on water, and you just have to give it more prompts in order to work. So happy experimentation, and I hope this tutorial helped.